Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. Kind of like a, Sussex Saturday on Tuesday to keep that theme going, but it is Talk Tuesday. I am VS Speaks Royally. Hope you all are well, whether it is the morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in our beautiful world. So I won't be long. I don't know even if anyone else is live at the moment, but I try to not crash into anyone. But let me get over and make sure everything is right on the YouTube side. It does look like it's good. It's good. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up. Like this, like it. Share out if you're able to share out. Hello to everybody that's coming in as I'm just babbling on. To the channel members, thank you for being here. Hello, Guru. How are you? And to everyone else, thank you for joining in. So, um, let me come over here. You know how I always start off because, we have to CYA over here. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So, yesterday we saw pictures and we got news that our beloved, I like to say that to drive some haters crazy, but our beloved, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, um, attended the Warrior Games. I believe that was in Santa Barbara, but I could be wrong on the city. But the Warrior Games, if you know, is the inspiration to the Invictus Games that Harry founded. So um, he was there, happy, content in his element with service personnel, um, even the wounded. But that is where his heart lies, as we know Harry well. And we started seeing pictures, and I like that the U.S. Army tweeted out this information. When Prince Harry wants to sit with Team Army member Master Sergeant Michael Haley and his parents at sitting volleyball. So, and they basically like go Army, but I know I saw the video. I don't have that clip, but there was the whole introduction, and they said we have a special guest here. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. He was just so happy and talking. He's happy even when he's with his wife, just so that the haters can shut up about that. But this is his element, and no, Megan was not there for everybody. Okay, so he was chatting it up, and we notice he's chatting it up with someone in fatigues. And since it is Army, um, they were really getting into good conversation. Um, and then we found out that who he was sitting next to is the next Joint Chief of Staff. And hopefully everybody, especially here in the US, understands the importance of that role. There's a little tidbit I have in Trash Time that's coming up that ties back to this, but the Rangers will derange over every little thing when it comes down to Harry and or Meghan. So I call this one, bees to honey, because look at the looks on this girl's face. I guess we as squatties would be the same. I mean, we've heard some squatties, Harry! But he's just his usual talkative self. And here he is after, greeting as he would the participants. So it was kind of an exciting time to see, and I'm happy for him because he's getting the joy of being out there. Oh, San Diego, thank you, Sherry. See, I knew it was it started with an S. Thank you, Guru, for sharing me out. Thank you so very. Oh, you know what, Tier? Awaiting the orange. No, we're not even going to discuss that person today. Well, we might later on, but I just needed to, yeah. Woo, tear, tear, tear. And Church Nelly, nope, not putting that one up on the main screen. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, it's craziness. About to get real crazy, but we're going to keep on keeping on. So yeah, Harry was in his element, is in his element, and you know, a certain country that he was born in may not appreciate him, but obviously he is appreciated. Okay, for his support that he gives. Okay, let me. Anna Churchill, that's what the. Yeah. If y'all are talking about that one, whoop 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 whoop. Sherry, General Charles Brown is a four-star general, brigadier general, if I'm correct. Oh, okay, I know he's up there, pretty high up there. He seemed like he was really low key and easygoing, which is nice to see because I think when they're that high up in the ranking of service, that you just think they don't usually, chat it up with just regular old folk. Harry's just regular old folk. We know that. um, at least that's what some would like us to believe, right? Um, Let me see what it says. The Rangers love to say Harry is irrelevant and that we don't care about him here in the U.S. They don't let irrelevant people sit next to Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, the highest military ranking. Boom, boom, boom. But you'll see what the Derangers are thinking as to why, the tabloids I considered under the Deranger umbrella. So, woo. Yes, it was the inspiration for the Invictus Games, and I would love, love, love for them to come into the U.S. and somewhere close by, and I could travel and get to them and maybe have a big squatty meetup. But yeah, y'all talk among yourself about the political stuff. That I'm not gonna do that here today. Let me see. Hattie, four star is general. It goes be my little general, brigadier, major, lieutenant, and general, which is a four-star. Okay, is that how it? Y'all with the little sayings. You can tell those that were military. Nope, taking that right on off. I see mainstream. I'm like, Okay, so I saw this with the squatty shared. I had no clue, so I wanted to share with you all. There were stamps from their wedding, Harry and Meghan. I did not know, but Lord knows I want to, if they're still available for purchase. I'm sure they're souvenir stamps. Um, but I do see, I think that's the Queen's, what do you call that, profile on it, but I really don't know. Somebody tell me something. Um, if Elaine's in the chat, can you do some research and see if these are still available? Because I will cash app you some money to get yeah, I'm that crazy. Okay. But I saw this on the Bird app and I wanted to share, and I thought that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to do a little timeline cleanse, as I like to say. I saw this gorgeous picture on the Bird app and I wanted to share, Meghan from her suits days. Let me take a sip. All right. So Squatty Corner, Kaboom, the number hasn't changed. It's still at the 132, 420. I looked prior to maybe about a half hour ago, so I don't know if it shifted any. But Tyler Perry had tweeted out this the other day, and it says, when I was younger, I loved church, but I felt something that I had no definition for at the time. Today it's called church hurt. It's when people who call themselves Christian cause you pain and heartache. It was difficult to move through and painful, but I am so thankful that even at a young age, I never let the humanness of a person who said they represented God make me doubt the true love and compassion of God. And the reason I'm sharing that is um, Princess Lilibet's godfather, Tyler Perry, is in the news for a good reason. Um, this was very heartfelt. He doesn't usually share like that, so um, it's a good thing that when you see that, and then a lot of us were acknowledging that information. But just to give you a little hint, if you haven't seen what's happening with him, so back in April, he expressed interest in purchasing BET, Black Entertainment Television, for those who aren't aware or not in the United States. So that's what BET stands for. He was interested in buying a majority stake and from Paramount, and that was something that was in the works. I remember hearing about it. I didn't hear much more. Then it's back in May. There was, Bloomberg. Tyler Perry battles for $3 billion BET business with Shaq, and it shows that he owns 25%. So obviously there was a deal, part of his production deal, but he's looking to have that. I think it's over 50 is the majority. So um, now it's being reported that he's to take control of BET. It should be quite interesting. If he does, from my standpoint, I hope it means that it gets back to the basics, how the channel started out. And I know that sounds, maybe things have changed in the world and we're not going to have um, as black centric as it started out being. But I hope that it gets back to the movies and the videos, music videos, etc. That's just my opinion, my personal opinion. I know that he had a lot of shows on the own network, so maybe that is him having his own network. And don't y'all worry about Lilybet now, or Archie, or Megan, or Harry. Yeah, there could be some big things in the works. Of course, I know nothing. I just speculate. I just guess. I'm just saying. And I love it because it's going to make heads explode when we know a lot more. Hey, Marshall. Hey, Benjamin. Hey, Jay Patterson. Little Mac. Let me see, Lorna. A lot of people have had experience with church hurt. That's why church attendance is going down. Yeah, and for the longest, it probably didn't have a name to it. But yeah. Hey, Rosalind, how are you? Um, I'm just seeing if I'm missing any other. Let me see. Tier said, "Me too. We'll love to get the stamps if they. Please, somebody, please, because yeah, I have collectibles. Put it to the side. Those don't get put on any envelope, because you got to keep those for the good stuff. But oh, and let me say congrats to the Denver Nuggets who won the NBA championship last night. Okay, let me see what Alan is saying. Oh, good. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. See, Alan he's so helpful. Let me get over here and let me bring them up. So he's saying, Mrs. VS, I did a Google search and yes, you can buy those stamps online. Ooh, ooh. Okay, it's not, I was going to say something bad, but I'm going to behave myself. I'm trying to be nice sometimes, folks. I am. Now, thank you for the super sticker. Oh, and thank you yesterday because I saw your second one. As I closed, I had already hit end broadcast, so I wasn't able to stop that from happening. Because I hit the yes when it asked you, "Are you sure?" So you get double the fun today for that late yesterday, and now I'm going to play this for you. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Mwah. 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 Thank you so very much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Let's come back over here. So let me scroll through just to make sure, Yep, that's all I have. So if all hearts and minds are in agreement, it is that time that we get to your favorite time. It's your favorite time. Trash time. Trash time. Trash time. Now, I have a few tidbits. here, there, everywhere, some that make you go woosah, and then some you just kind of you have to laugh off. I do have a little tidbit that will hopefully make you laugh. Maybe not as much as yesterday or the day before, whatever that was, but yeah. Tierra Lilibet is probably the Prano of an island. Compliments of her gut. She probably is. God bless him. He was, yes, we all know. Woo, the Freedom Flight. Okay, so as I said, the Derangers found a way just to, they find a way just to piss on anything that is good and happy times. So, oh Lord, pretty sure this man feels like more than half of the world about this lying, backstabbing, balding, hungry druggie. Um, there's so much. So, who gives a flip what the man behind him is thinking? Um, I was going to say something. All right. So lying. When? When did he lie? Okay. I just need them to be specific. Backstabbing. Him telling what happened to him is not backstabbing, because if people weren't doing crazy stuff to him and treating him like ish, then they wouldn't be considering it backstabbing. But if I'm telling you this is my life and this is how it went down, I mean, Charles consider a backstabber because he did a book too about his life and didn't leave his mummy, or his, what do they call him, Papa, in any good light back then. I remember that chatter back in them days. But anyway. hmm But balding, okay, that's his life. But his brother is balding quicker and faster. But anyway, nevertheless, money hungry druggie. Money hungry? People do need to, Harry has a job, he works. In addition, has his foundations, and the income they have is the income they have. Um, Thankfully, Diana saw a vision to ensure that her spare was taken care of in his life. Because if she hadn't set aside for him, yeah, we heard the rumors that the Queen Mother left this and that. That, from my understanding, that was just all rumors. Of course, the royal family would never correct that because it makes them look good. But okay, let me move on. So we have that little tidbit, and yeah, exactly, Yolanda. Why William doesn't do those things like this? Yeah, I mean, someone got a payoff that nobody knew about until Harry goes into court, and then we find out. But yeah, um, telling the truth is lying and backstabbing because it ruined the fantasy of the British royal family. Oh, that fantasy was blown out the water the moment they didn't protect Meghan. Now I'll just have to say, for me anyway, like, who are these people? Or seeing Harry with a hole in his sole of his shoe when you're like, you're a prince from a very wealthy family, allegedly. And why is this? So, woo. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I'm not even Annie. I agree with you. They're not. I'm not even gonna, because that energy they're getting. Yeah, it's getting a bit much. But okay. Oop, let me go back over the comments. I'm just gonna click here and here. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. Coming back to the next one. So I think this was someone by the initials of RE, if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes Squad will get the right screenshot that shows like the entire name and all that stuff, but this was from yesterday. And Prince Harry's unhappiness is an aimless battle. Is far too destructive. Now, his unhappiness. What unhappiness? We saw Harry smiling at an event. It's funny to me that they do these headlines, and then it's It says if the ancestors know that they have to shame the rota. So, here they go. They have to throw Meghan's name in. Meghan Markle's been bashed for allowing Prince Harry to engage in lawsuits because it's too destructive to ignore. She's been bashed, yes, but Harry is his own person, man. He made a decision to go forward with the lawsuit, just like Meghan was set on going forward with her copyright one, so in privacy. Meghan needs to stage an intervention and assist her husband in focusing, how they spell that, his energies on a positive cause. He does. He has plenty positive causes. His family, being his wife and children, mother-in-law, um, his job, his charities that he's still involved with. Yeah, those are positive causes. So it's always Megan. Megan should do this. Megan should do that. And then she gets blamed if she doesn't. So trash time, you people. The derangers are deranged. So, as I mentioned earlier, yes, Annie, he is living his best life and they cannot stand it. To even have headlines where they say that, he will be welcome back without her, without Megan, is so disgusting to me. So, let me see this. Marshall, Diana was so wise because she saw what future they had for Harry. Thank God she provided for his future in getting away from that monarchy. I bet she knew he would. She took care of her boy. Yeah, definitely. It is truly a godsend that she had the foresight, maybe not seeing danger for herself, but even if she did, she was ensuring that her second son, her spare, was taken care of. Her Spencer, as she likes to call, as she called him. So as I mentioned, and you're going to hear Kuja in the background probably, um, the derangers, including the tabloids, like to take things and spin them. We all know that. So you're going to take him visiting and going to the Warrior Games and tie it to the visa decision, I guess, whether they're going to release the information to everybody. And I'm like, why are they're so like stuck on stupid when it comes down to Harry's visa, which is a private business and private element. But I just took the screenshot and was like, the Telegraph. Aren't they going into what is it that's called over there? Basically, they're getting bought or being sold off or something. Yeah, maybe y'all need to mind your own business and stop trying to smear Harry and or Meghan, and things would go so much better for you. So much better. Mm. So KC3 is still at it. GB News. King Charles embarrassed by Prince Harry as monarch reportedly shuns son from birthday parade. Like his son was really going to fly over there. Wasn't going to happen. Harry is over there when he needs to be for business to take care of whatever. So, um, the one that really should be embarrassed, King Charles should be embarrassed of himself. I saw this picture and I cracked up laughing because down in the lower left corner, you'll see a little piece of the floor. He's not up high. Now, mind you, I know it's a climbing wall. Looks like he has his shoes on, which it's not meant for climbing, but um, he should be embarrassed. Him on what I say the kitty wall, but he should be embarrassed. That's where his embarrassment should lie, and then we go on from there. Mhm. Um, I don't know how long ago. Let me see. I didn't see that there was a date on this, but just Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are both incredibly boring. I think this was old. I just happened to grab it, and I'm just like, I'm not sure who feels that they're old, but Sky News, who gives a what they think, but okay. Um, where do I begin? Oh, let me share this. Now, this is as much political as I'm going to get today, but I had to laugh when I saw this. So, Dead State put out um, Fox News host says Jill Biden is a fake doctor. And then it says, how long has she been practicing on patients? Now, let me take the banner down because I think it did have the date on it. This is from June 10th when this was. Now, I don't know when that channel host said anything about the First Lady, but in all honesty, whoever it was needs to be taken off air and never let back on. If they don't understand a PhD doctor from medical doctor or what are they, like EDs if they're educational? So I just, I see. I just am like, okay, yep, the Rangers have lost their flicking minds, but okay. Now I have my last two tidbits. Okay. So, yeah, this person, oh Lord, I can't. When they see pictures of Archie or Lilibet, then they claim they're not their kids and they're someone else's children and blah, 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 blah. But this one is like, I would very much like to see Lilibet as she is now as a 2-year-old. So we saw her last year. They released a picture. Okay. Why no photos of birthday party? Because it's a private party of a toddler. And why do you need to see the pictures? They were gracious in releasing pictures last year, and gracious in all caps, because they didn't even have to do that. But given it was her first birthday and we had seen very little of her, we were very gracious to receive that. So, and narcissists like Megan would have a burning need to try anything to upstage Catherine as a mother. It makes no sense. Where's the photos? You're making no sense because the narcissist is not Megan, obviously. Um, yeah, these are derangers. You can't even. But stop worrying about where that child's pictures are. They're shared with people that love her and aren't going to be picking apart. Oh, look, because some of us would love to see her a little darker just to make you all lose your damn minds more so. But you pick apart her pigment. You try to say she's somebody else. You try to, oh look, this is whose child she really is. It's disgusting. That's why you haven't seen a goddamn picture. Okay, let's just make that clear. Now, my last little tidbit for trash time today, and then I want to jump into comments with you for a little bit. I hope this gives you great laughter, but this person really went and touched the third rail. Quote, but Megan is a better public speaker, end quote. And it's been 4 years, yet her fans still use footage from her 18 months in the royal family. What has she done of value since? And for whom? Zilch, an ITV, a podcast, a Netflix doc, and a car chase later. Meg has talked herself into utter irrelevance. These people are high. They've got to be high. There must be drugs in the water, in the air, in the food that they are consuming. Because what has she done? Okay, so you didn't see the NAACP awards. You didn't even see the recent award. Even when Gracie, she released a statement and it was online. But the Women of Vision, let's see, what else has she done? Archetype has won awards. I like how they said a podcast. Yes, an award-winning podcast because she has won an award for that. But she doesn't need to be out there for you all. It's like if Megan's out and about, oh, why can't she just be home? And I thought they wanted privacy, but this one is talking about you're using stuff from 4 years ago because your person hasn't improved at all in 20 years because you got to give 10 years that they dated and then they've been married over 10 years. So I'm being gracious and saying just 20 years. And there's been no improvement in can you smell something with the Fabergé eggs? Something she asked the most dumbest question. And then, there's that clip that from their engagement interview that Baron loves the show. That makes me crack up laughing each and every time. But she has no excuse. Um, Megan's not irrelevant. The fact that you're even tweeting about her says she's not irrelevant. Hmm. Okay. Because you should have been talking about your fave versus trying to make Megan look bad when you really only make your fave look even worse. Okay. And that's all little tidbits I have. I know y'all are gonna go in on that little screenshot there, but whoa. Oh, that's it. Can you taste the smell? Yeah, like woo. And even asked if they still make the Fabergé eggs. It's like, hello. Woo! It's kind of cuckoo. So I'm just gonna scroll up, jump into the comments at a point. You know how I do. Uh, let me see. Benjamin, why are all these people self-appointed psych experts? Is it just for joy? Yeah, it is. It's just for joy, just so they can. And I laugh even more now on the Bird app because of the blue checks. You see them everywhere, and I'm like, that you're paying for that. You're not nobody special. Like, please don't get it twisted because you see a lot of the blue checks try to act all. We know better. Um, is it Rositas? I butchered names, so I do apologize. Harry's a combat veteran, and they smear him as a weak willed simp controlled by his wife. Exactly. He's none of that. And even if it was, that's his business, right? But he's not. Um, I think most of us would look at Megan. Okay, I'm just saying. You can understand if a man was a simp, but he's not. She wouldn't even, that personality wouldn't even entice her. So, again, they try to go with, oh, she's a gold digger now. She came in with money, millions. Because if you look at what she was making just on suits alone, and she had the TIG was monetized, and she had other endorsements, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, they could only wish. Let me see, Teresa. I'll be just listening as I'm going to get my handsome grandson from school. Oh, nice. Now, we're not necessarily kid friendly all the time, so hopefully he won't hear. Lottie, Megan is just fine. Go worry about Kate. That's who's crying, child. Is she crying? Hey, Vinny. Um, mm, Dolores, Megan, who won a lawsuit with the Daily Mail, should tell Harry not to sue. Wrong household. Exactly. Like, it's truly mind-boggling that they try to put her that she's, controlling him. Excuse me, controlling him, and that's not the case. Their partnership, and that's why the relationship is clicking on all cylinders as well as it is. So yeah. Rosita's Diana predicted her. They arranged a car. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember her saying something about a car accident that she had mentioned. Tier. Let's see. Tier says Harry is not Megan's child. He's a grown man capable of making his own decisions. Ding ding ding. When he saw that Snapchat filter, I mean, the little video that his friend and this mysterious, gorgeous woman that made him stop and pause and watch it over and over and over again, made him immediately reach out to the friend to be like, who is that? And can I meet her? Who is that? Can I meet her? And then when the friend says, oh, and you're like there's six other people who have reached out, of course, he knew. What did he say? He had to step up his game. Okay. Listen, we know Harry got a green card and hasn't been on a visa in years. Listen, let these fools run around. I don't, the It's insulting, okay, that they are like, oh, he's a druggie, blah blah blah. Listen, mhm, um, there are people doing much worse each and every day. Um, Many of us cut up when we were much younger. So I don't, he's not a nearly 40-year-old man who acts like a child in a diaper. Mm. Maybe somebody should take that diaper, for the guy over in the UK. Let me be quiet. Let me move on from that because I was going to be bad. Lorna, when we see mumbles starting to look like the rose bush, then we will know that marriage is truly over, Joe. It seems that the rose bush was trying to look like her, so that may be a good indication. Sip of my punch. I'm gonna move on. Benjamin, why are so many in the press self-appointed psych experts? I'm sure they know any mention of H&M is cash. They have zero boundaries. Well, as Megan said, they create news. They don't report news. They don't even know the meaning of privacy. Let they want to. Telegraph, how tied are you to the? Well, we kind of know that, Dolores. We already know. Annie, another joke. Climate. Anna, I'm shocked by this language. I hope H sends the middle finger to turd, cow, WK for their B days. Yeah, well, that's sending a lot because they don't even deserve that. The middle finger. Yolanda, Prince Harry has always been the best at everything that he does. What happens to William? He doing nothing at all. Has never had. He's doing nothing at all. Has he given up? Oh, yeah. William hasn't done much, and even when he was, a rescue pilot, he really. I mean, how often are you called to rescue anybody? It's not like they every day have a schedule, but yeah. H night. Now that's funny. That why they spend so much time talking about them every day and have articles on them all the time. Exactly. They're irrelevant. That's all we hear. I mean, the Rota wasn't supposed to be talking about them as of April 1st, 2020, when they officially had the official step away break, and Harry and them told them even before that they weren't dealing with the Rota. So, Church Nelly, I'm going to move on from you. Hannah, she's not a medical doctor. Some are dumb and don't realize that PhDs are doctors too. With whatever their PhD may be in, yes. Whoa. Okay. And she is a doctor in early childhood development. Yeah. And then she tried to have a conversation with someone who has been deemed an expert. Okay. Let's see. Sash, Harry has a resident green card, which he's qualified for through his American born wife. He legally lives here in the U.S., yes, but, they always want to put that little spin on things. They did that even with Megan, so yeah. They're just stuck on stupid. That's right, Annie. They're stuck on stupid. Ah. Church Nelly, the person that wrote that probably behind banning books. Oh Lord, what did I miss? What something? The misogyny. Men who have religious or other non-medical are never questioned about their titles, respectively. Exactly. Um, there's so much I could say, but I'm just not gonna do it because I love my channel and I love being here and able to talk to you all. Woo! Benjamin, she did have a premonition. However, many times folks ignore the inner voices. Diana, who I've been reading up on for years, was very intuitive. Had the TF just left her alone. Yeah. If it's sad. I guess they expected Diana just to sit and just accept her husband doesn't love her, doesn't want to be bothered, and is going to run around and do all this stuff. But, I mean, in one aspect, KC3, he had to wait to his 70s to get the title, and he better enjoy it for the number of days that he has. And the other ones shouldn't rush him too quickly because, anyway. Church Nellie, Harry and Meghan don't exploit their kids. Exactly. Like if we happen to see a picture, Squad goes crazy. And Tina used to always try to say, keep it in privacy, like let's not put it out on our timelines, etc. But that usually doesn't happen. Um, and I'm not in any of those private type chats or whatever. So if somebody didn't like DM me, I wouldn't know, even if there was a picture out there. But yeah. Exactly, Hattie. The reason they want to see her is to make fun of her or compare her to a monkey and say something negative. Exactly. We already know. Squad knows. Like, you're not concerned. I showed just, what was that last week where someone was saying it was Stassi's, who's in, she's not an, I can't say an actress, but I guess they are. She's on a reality show and it was her child, but her child's like 2 years or 3 years older than um, Lilibet. So no, not her child. Okay. If Megan had released pictures of Lily's birthday, they would be saying she's showing off, narcissistic bragging. She can't win. Exactly. Which is something that I remember hearing last year when we got pictures when they were, I guess most of them felt they should have just been there for the jubbly and trooping and no, you don't celebrate your child's birthday because that just doesn't happen now. Y'all may do that for them other chaps in the family who just look so thrilled when they're in public, but nevertheless. Um, but Harry and Meghan are different parenting. They parent their children. Okay, let me go on. Benjamin, it's very hard to predict one's own death time. That's a line that's hard to cross for anyone, even remotely spiritual. Only God knows if he chooses. True. I don't think you can predict. I think people know. I believe my mom knew. I believe even when my grandmother, she knew, she didn't say, she wanted to talk to everybody. I was calling people left, right, left, right, left, right, calling people. And then I caught her at one moment just staring at me. Wasn't putting anything together, thinking, all right, she's better, all is good. And then the next day she's gone. And it was when I was making those calls back to people, they were like, no, 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 because I just talked to, yeah. I think people know, but it's not for them to broadcast because people would think people are crazy. That's just my feeling. So Benjamin, when I get Patreon up and we can talk about this in like a lot more detail, yeah, hopefully you'll come on over and join up at Patreon. Yes. Little Mac, Miss VS, why doesn't she comment on Kate and William using the same photo shoot for Christmas, Mother Day, and their 11th anniversary? Because they're not going to bring attention to trouble in River City. Yeah. Church, no, you know how it is. You already know how it is. They're going to talk about her, but yet she's irrelevant. And she's irrelevant. Why is she out there? Why is she hiding? Because she's irrelevant. It's like y'all just like to say the word. Marshall, Aussie chick is having a deranger meltdown, crying her tears of jealousy over not seeing a current pic of Lilibet to criticize to make money. I hope Aussie chick melts into a slimy soup to be flesh. Well, do. Hmm. Thank you, Marshall. Woo. Okay. Zeta's the donations to the women's shelter for the roof, right? Uvalde, the collaboration with World Central Kitchen. Yeah, but they don't want to give Megan credit for that in the foundation that they claim isn't a foundation. But whew. Louise, what has Mumble and Fumble done in the past 15 to 20 years? Just had kids and, creeped around. town and everything else. Just saying. Ooh, ooh, a couple of y'all are in all caps. My gosh. Mm, let me see. Annie, I agree with you. Yes, the question should be, what have the unroyals done? Five of Kate's charities are closing, and who's irrelevant? Exactly. But who's not doing something? Yeah, they can say what they wish. I just tell you, Sash, every tweet you're reading is a feeble, pointless ploy to force Meghan and Harry out in the public spaces where the rats paps can snatch pics of them for the rats and roaches' profit. True. Now, I find it quite amazing that there are paps hanging out and they'll see Tyler Perry's vehicle going in and they'll see James Corbyn's vehicle going in. But somehow Harry and Meghan get out of the location without being seen because Harry was in a whole nother city. hmm Um, and they didn't show any pictures of that. I tell you, they have no clue. They just have no clue. Exactly, Rachel. All the philanthropy, you know me, in the words by Archwell, just this year doesn't count. Give us a break. Exactly. Since they created it and it got up and running, I mean, yeah. It, we know that they're crazy, crazy. Hey, Miss Viv, how are you? I hope you are doing okay. Jay Patterson. From my understanding, yes, because didn't she match her degree to her husband's prior to them actually getting together? That way she could be in classes with them. Mm. I'm telling you, she got her degree just because of who she was with at the time she graduated. Oh, here we go. Correction. It's pronounced Recitas. Recitas. Okay. Recitas. I'll try to remember that. You might have to remind me a couple of times here or there. Lottie, be nice. She does. She did get a degree. I'm gonna move on. Woo. Okay. Mm. Sherry, Prince Harry was Cinderella and Meghan saved the prince. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Y'all are cracking me up. Some of the comments I'm seeing because I'm being selective a little bit. Let me see. Lottie, Megan bought Harry some furniture, and I'm sure she bought some other stuff for him because he never wore anything nice until Megan came. But honey child, the suits that he wore to court recently, the fact that they're calling designers to see if it's their suit, that is the funniest thing to me. Like, you tabloids are really that desperate. And let me just say, as y'all call him Baldy, I call him Space. He could never, never. Mm-mm. He likes wearing his green sequins. I'll leave that alone. Okay. Vinny, the palace still making money off H&M, including displaying her wedding. Yeah, I mentioned that. Yes, I was like, they need to take that thing back. Yeah, we are here to believe that they're not royals anymore. Exactly. You have their wedding attire on display, but they're quote not royal. Um, all the souvenirs and all that stuff, I'm sure, are still being sold from their wedding. But yeah, I am a little warm that although Lilibet was born over here in the U.S., there still should have been souvenir like there was for Archie, because I did check. I didn't see one, but okay. Yeah, Hattie, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, that's why I'm like, his wife needs to remain. She needs to plead the fifth in anything related to Meghan or having anything to say about Prince Harry. She does. She needs to plead the fifth. Her, not just her husband, son, one of the daughters. They all had some issues. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, yeah. Okay, Anna, I see your comment about she didn't earn it. She was given it. Yeah, that's my belief on that. Because there's no way somebody that speaks like she does. Lordy be. Connie Balmer. Hello, Connie. How are you? Yeah, that's a barren thing. Okay. Let me see. Benjamin. Harry is brave and courageous to tell his truth. I'm convinced he told all so they wouldn't say he lied, yet they still trash him. Most of those people couldn't hold a candle to him. They couldn't hold a candle to him, and they couldn't take the heat that he and Meghan have taken over these last near 7 years. So, um, yeah, I mean, in one aspect, and I've said it before, and I know others have said it too, kudos to the UK media when they were using him as a scapegoat to cover up others' shenanigans. All his stuff was put out there, like, here's smoking pot, and then Charles is sending him off to, a rehab facility where, while that can be like, a eye opener, and but KC3 was doing that for father points, good daddy points. He ain't none of that, so we can move on. Because you wouldn't have had you wouldn't have had that out in the media if you really cared about your son. But since all of Harry's stuff, including the family jewels, have been out in the media, there's nothing for him to hide. So yeah, go for it if they wish. If they so wish. Let me see. Uh, Lottie, what is this? Look back at some of Harry's old photos. His clothes were horrible and his shoes, especially those old blue suede shoes. Maybe he was an Elvis fan. I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah. But a lot of men dress the way they dress, and I guess he didn't have a stylist, because I would think, well, then again, to see what some of the folks are styled in, that blue jumpsuit, just Gumby and all. I think Gumby's going to file a lawsuit against them mm, for that blue jumpsuit. Hey, Mrs. S, how are you? I hope Megan gets reimbursed for all the things she bought to decorate that glorified servant shack. Probably not. People are saying, hey, you want to get. I'm still not understanding the dynamics on why um, potentially Space and Cosplay are trying to get Randy Annie out of Royal Lodge and take over. And like, you've got enough homes, dude. You don't need to keep trying to take or move, do the family shuffle of housing. It's kind of ridiculous. And I think the Queen kind of set up to make sure Randy never has to worry about leaving the Royal Lodge until he leaves or transitions. Um, Mrs. S, I see another comment from you. Yeah, I love you, but woo, Sean. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Let's see. Harry and Meg may have an underground private garage that leads to another street. Well, do. Wouldn't that be something? Shh, don't give away secrets. Again, and this is for you. You would think I would be here. You're making it rain, 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 rain down on me. Mm. Well, I mean, I just have to wonder, how are they getting in and out? And even when Archie was born, the media knew nothing about them leaving Frogmore Cottage, and yet they went to the hospital, came back. It was just like, what? So yeah, they don't know much. Um, mm, 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 mm. Uh, y'all are really going there. Hey, Raven, how are you? The week dump is Chucky sausage finger. Well, geez. Lorna. Yes, Mumble's got a degree in yachting and how to bag a defective prince. Will do. See, all that glitters is not gold. That top rank up there. Mm-mm. But, queens work too, here, there, and everywhere. She just has to look at the current one, right? Here, there, everywhere. Everywhere. And she's going to feel right at home. We all know that. Let me stop. Yolanda, key accommodation. One works hard to be a royal, two married a prince, and three and has three children. Yeah, and that's still not going to equate to a whole lot of let's see, settlement per se. Just of the standpoint, even when Di divorced the heir at that time, and if space is not the heir, then we won't. I mean, is not truly ready to step foot into the role that his father's in, because they're gonna be doing a jig. I'll show the mumble bums are wanting, and it looks Baldy won't help bail them out. I seriously expect the Mumbletons turning up in New Jersey with Kate after Willie dumps it. Now, can I ask why you say New Jersey? Why that state of all states? They need to go down to the deep, deep South. They'll feel right at home. Probably in the state of Florida, they would probably feel right at home. Mhm. Thank you, Benny. That's true. PhDs, but some just don't get it. They don't get it. And usually most professors are PhDs. Most, I said. I didn't say all. Most. Just kind of letting that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, Allie, how are you? I see you out there. Benjamin, UK is literally falling apart economically, and they're still obsessing over Harry and Meghan. Really shake my head. Well, because they're going to blame them. Why, I don't know, because, they're living their life in Montecito, minding their business. But no, everybody else over there wants to mind their business too. It's just odd. Mrs. S, I could not see anyone. I refreshed and now I'm okay. Can't be losing my job over showing my colors and not being able to see my You are too funny. Can you imagine why, you know, unemployment office asks you like, well, what is it? What happened? I was listening to my podcast, listen to a podcast on YouTube, and the screen went out, and I need to see the comments. Yeah, okay. I love you though, Mrs. S. I do love you. Hey, J Matt, how are you? Ciao, how are you? All right. And he's like, do not send them to Florida, bro. Listen, it's warmer there. Um, Lord knows they can't afford to go to California. Just all right. Yeah. But they'll find some spots, I'm sure. Alan, just remember it came from Fox News where brains go to die. So true. So very true. They, yeah, it's so very true. I can't even say what I really want to say. Mrs. S, don't forget designing and purchasing the diamond earrings for Kate's wedding. Oh, I don't even know. That's a conversation. Okay, so um I'm moving out of Florida next year anyway. Yeah, well. Can you keep your governor there? I mean, All right. That's as much political as I want to go. I'm going to end it because I can see where it's getting ready to go, and I'm not going there. All right. So I thank you all for joining Talk Tuesday. Hope you liked it. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. Um, share it out if you haven't already. Thank you to those who have. I will acknowledge it. Let me just check the YouTube side because sometimes I miss. If there's any milestones, I don't see any, but Church Nelly would have dropped it if it was. Okay, I don't see anything that I would have missed. So Um, please be safe out there. Please, wear your mask when you're in public settings. Um, we will be talking again tomorrow, hopefully. Um, I plan on going live once I get in from an appointment. So, oh, and I'll say this. I don't know if he's going to be listening at any point, but happy 14th anniversary to my husband. I did speak to him, saw him this morning, and all that fun stuff. But um, yeah, 14 years. Woo, the time just flies. So everyone have a good one. Take care. Love you all. Bye.